Hi folks, so we're going to cover configuring your Fido. What I have here is all the hardware that we need. We've got the Raspberry Pi, we've got the flash drive that we're going to use to transfer our Fido configuration to this thing. We've got a little Wi-Fi guy, and most importantly we have the temperature sensor. And how we configure this is by going to openpipekit.org, which will forward you to this other URL. And we click on the configurator. It asks us which sensor. There's all these sensors. The one we're using is this Yoctopus USB temperature sensor. Click select. Which database, rather where we're going to send our information, is Fido. We select that, and we've got a bunch of information that we need to configure. So we're going to pick a name for this application. So if you have a couple of these devices out in greenhouses or wherever, or your basement, this is how you distinguish which device is sending you what. So you got to give it a name, like greenhouse 1, greenhouse 2, greenhouse 3. So we're just going to say greenhouse 1, no spaces. And the minimum temperature, this is in Celsius for now. The temperature I'm going to care about is 0, and the maximum, just for demonstration here, it's about 26 degrees Celsius. I'll be able to trigger this by putting my hand over it at 27, so I'm going to set this at 26. Email this to myself at rjsteinert. And here's my email username and email password. This is the little device that we're going to put out there. It's going to use our an email account that we have to be able to send the email. And when you send an email, you can send it both to an email account, and you can also send it to a phone as a text message. So for example, let's just put in my email information here. That's my email address. Password, I'm going to skip for now because this is a video. I'm going to configure it after the fact. An email server, this is like where our email service lives. And I put a little help info here, is that if you're using Gmail, this is the URL that we're going to put in here. This is where our email server lives. And to note, and I'll make another video for this of how to do this, if you're using Gmail to send this email, you have to turn on this little setting called Less Secure Apps in your Google security settings. It's not really less secure, it's still using your password, standard stuff. Google, what they mean by less secure is you're not also doing a text message interchange where you're verifying, where they send you like a little code and you enter it. Your Fido device isn't going to be able to do that, but still going to know how to be able to interact with your Gmail server. And where to send it from, it's pretty much going to be the same as the username that you're using. Click Next. And how often? This is how often that it's going to look at the temperature and say, is this out of bounds? And so 60 seconds is fine. You could do 5 minutes. This is in seconds, so 60 seconds every minute. And we're going to select to connect to Wi-Fi. Click Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi here is pirate.sh/IP. This is like the Wi-Fi name, like when you're selecting, for example, like I look at the networks available here, I can see that pirate.sh/IP is available. So I click that. There's no Wi-Fi password for this one, but if you had a password to the Wi-Fi that you're connecting to, you would enter that here. Click Next. Now it says download. So what I'm going to do here is, instead of just clicking download, I'm going to take my USB drive, plug it in. And I'm going to save this link as, right click on it, save link as. And save it to the USB disk that I just plugged in, and save. Now if I eject this USB disk, we're now good to plug this thing into our Raspberry Pi. I'm actually going to go back and enter my email password and all that stuff so that, and then do a demonstration of it actually working. So be right back. All right, so I just went back. I entered all the information, my secret information, and I plugged in the power and I plugged in the USB drive, and we can see that it's doing this little single flash. What that means is that all that information that we just plugged in is now loading into this device. It's connecting over Wi-Fi and it's downloading Fido. It's downloading the driver for this temperature sensor. It's pretty much just like figuring out how to exist, how to live. And as soon as we start seeing this green light, start doing a heartbeat flash, it's like a double flash, we'll know that it is running. And the first thing that we should see is and it just started. The first thing that we'll see in my email address that I set for it to email to is a hello. And that'll be like, hello, I'm monitoring, and I'm Greenhouse 1. So let's go over and check my email. And there it is. Hello from Greenhouse 1. And so now we know that like it connected to the Wi-Fi. It took the directions that we gave it. It knows that it's Greenhouse 1. Just to test, to make sure that it's actually working, that's going to alert us when it goes over 26 degrees Fahrenheit, or Celsius, excuse me. I'm going to put my finger right here, and hopefully in just a minute we're going to see another email pop up here giving us a notification that it went over our limit. So when we see that, I'm going to also release my finger, and then the temperature is going to go back down below the 26 degrees Celsius. And at that point, it will sort of reset itself. There it goes. We see Fido alert Greenhouse 1. Detected a value of 34. Really jumped up there. Hot hand. What we're gonna see is, so now the temperature is now going down back below the 26, and the alarm resets itself. So like if every 60 seconds it sent you a text message or a email alert that it was over 26, that'd be kind of annoying. So we built in this reset feature so that it won't send you another alert until it goes back below your upper limit, and then when it goes back above your upper limit, that's when it'll send you another alert. So let's say I've been talking about 60 seconds. I'm about guessing here. I'm going to put my finger here again. And there we go. There's the second one. And so yeah, if it goes below the maximum temperature, goes back essentially like within range, like your upper and lower bounds, resets it, and will only send you a message if it goes back outside of those bounds. And that has to do with like the convenience of making sure that like you're not getting overloaded every time that it's looking at the temperature. But it also has to do with making sure that like if it goes out of bounds, then back in bounds or below bounds, you're going to get notified again. And so you don't have to like reset your device. You don't have to restart it. It's just going to keep watching. And you know that you're just going to be notified just when it goes out of bounds. Not when it is always out of bounds, just when it goes out of bounds. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.